friends, it's Alyssa, and I am in the kitchen at the museum for this episode of our Cooking with the Past series. Today we're making cornbread, and we're making cornbread to celebrate the new designation of Hopkinsville as the batter capital of the world. We're really excited about that, and we thought what better way to celebrate than to make some batter, bake some cornbread, and to use some local ingredients. So today we're going to be making cornbread the way that I learned how to make it at home. Fun fact, I had to do a trial run and actually figure out the measurements because I had never measured ingredients to make cornbread, but it works. So we have a museum and home kit that's available on the front porch of the museum on Saturday, and so you can pick it up. Everything you need will be in the kit. If you don't get a kit, follow along and you can make this at home. We're gonna start with our cornmeal mix. What's cornmeal mix? It's cornmeal that's got a little flour, baking powder, and some salt in it. And you can get it from a Hopkinsville industry from Hopkinsville Milling Company. We've got our sunflower self-rising white cornmeal mix that we bought locally and wanted to support Hopkinsville Milling Company. And we are going to start with 1 cup of cornmeal mix. So, the way I learned how to make cornbread, I was probably, I don't know, a teenager, and my mom said, I need you to make cornbread one day. She was cooking, and she was stressed and was trying to get a lot of stuff done, and she said, make cornbread, and I said, I don't know how to make cornbread, and she said, get a bowl, and so I got a bowl, and that's how I learned. So, I got a bowl, as she told me, pour in some cornmeal. We did that. Then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. This is canola oil. You can use canola or vegetable. We're also going to add some sugar. I am not a sweet cornmeal person. Sweet cornbread person. I like a little sugar. This is 2 tablespoons is what's in this little cup. And if you pick up a kit, there's 2 tablespoons in it as well. This is, in my opinion, too much sugar. So I'm going to use probably about half of this. If you've got one of the kits, you can add a little sugar if you like sweeter cornbread, or not use as much if you don't. I like most things sweet, just not my cornbread. We also need an egg. Sorry. Just 1 egg. Okay. And then, using my fancy Hopkinsville batter capital of the world with this mixing spoon, I go ahead and kind of like break that up a little bit, and then we're going to add buttermilk. You can use regular milk, but you don't want to do that because buttermilk is so much better. This is a cup of buttermilk. And if you pick up a kit, that's how much you have. We probably don't need this much. So when Mom taught me how to do it, she didn't give me any measurements. She just told me to add enough buttermilk to make it right. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to kind of add, I think that's probably it. And let me get it stirred up, and I will make sure you can see the consistency. It needs to be thick but not too thick, thin but not too thin. You know, just the way, very descriptive, right? All right, so we're going to get a mix up, doesn't it? A little bit more. You want to be able to like hold up your spoon and it kind of fall off a little bit. You, like I said, you can use just regular milk. It will be a little thinner if you do that, and it won't be quite as have that little, you know, or cornbread tang to it, but it'll still be really good. All right, see, a little more. We did use almost that whole cup of milk or buttermilk. Okay, now at this point, I have already preheated the oven to 400 degrees. You could do 350 to 400. The 400 will probably just brown a little bit more on the outside. See how it drops? That's what you want. You can cook this in a regular old pie plate. When I was growing up, we always cooked it in a pie plate. You can cook it in a cast iron skillet. You can cook it in one, really my favorite is when you cook it in the cast iron corn sticks. That's the best, and that's what's one of the things on the actual package. You could do it in, you could fry them like pancakes, but today we're going to do it in a muffin tin. This is just about it's like perfect amount to make 6 little cornbread muffins. And now for the fun part of me trying to fill these without making an enormous mess. Oh, Before we do though, just so, can y'all see it? So, what if I had just dumped all of that on the floor? That would have been the saddest thing. Okay, so now we're going to fill, and they're gonna be pretty full. Sometimes I will put like a cookie sheet or a piece of aluminum foil under this in the oven, so just in case they rise and boil over a little bit, I don't have as much of a mess to clean up. Oh, I think we're gonna skimp this last one a little bit. He's gonna be the runt of the cornbread litter. All right. Here we go. A little messy, but I'd say overall not too bad. Not too poor showing. And now we're going to slide that in the oven. All right, it's gonna bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. It might take a little bit longer. I'm gonna check it at 20 and we'll pull them out when they're nice and good and golden brown. Okay friends, it's really only been about 15 to 20 minutes, but by all accounts, this cornbread looks pretty good and done. So I'm gonna use my handy little batter capital of the world tea towel available at the visitor center. And to pull this out, drum roll. And look at that, nice golden brown cornbread muffins. All right, so now while they're hot, I'm just gonna take this stick of butter. I'm not gonna do anything real fancy. I'm just gonna kind of slather them with a little bit of butter just to make them good and delicious. And then, my friends here at the museum, we are going to do a little taste test, and we thought we would make this cornbread extra special this time and eat it with some bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup. Again, also available at the visitor center. You can get little bottles or you can get a big bottle. The syrup was aged in a bourbon barrel from Casey Jones Distillery. It is a Kentucky Proud product. And then they took the barrel and aged bourbon in it again. So you can get bourbon syrup, bourbon aged syrup, and maple bourbon. Crazy, right? So we're gonna give this a taste in just a second. All right, now I have brought in the whole museum staff. I call it the A-team. We have Alana, Ashley, Alyssa, and Angelica, and we are all going to eat cornbread. Take one. There you go, and there you go. And I've already broken one up as my own first part of the taste test. Again, it's not super sweet, so we've got our syrup, if anybody else would like to add it. We have no utensils. We're just gonna go crazy and sticky. And we're going to hopefully all love this cornbread. I'm gonna some days working at the museum, you know, is more fun than other days. Like days when we get to eat cornbread with syrup. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. Oh dang, that syrup is good.
I like the syrup.
Yeah, syrup, what do you think? All right, what do y'all think? Cornbread? Good?
It's good.
Okay. Again, cornbread's not super sweet. It's kind of, one might say, corny. Get it? It actually got a really good crust on it, and this is a very, very good compliment to, I don't know, some white beans or some brown beans. You add the syrup to it, it's good for breakfast. I mean, you eat cornbread all the time. Thank y'all for tuning in to this segment of our Cooking with the Past. Come by and see us on Saturday. We'll be here from 10 to 4 with these kits with all the things you need to make the cornbread yourself at home. Pick them up while they last, and then go by the visitor center, and you can get all kinds of fun batter capital of the world swag. So, excuse me, I hope y'all have fun baking.